In Pokemon Legends Arceus, Dialga received a new form called Dialga Origin, much like Giratina's origin form from back in Generation 4. This new form of Dialga, along with the original Dialga, will be available to use in Generation 9 after the release of Pokemon Home. Gen 9 Ubers has pretty limited options at the moment, with Koraidon and Miraidon being the only cover legendaries currently available to use in competitive singles. This all-new form of Dialga will be a much-needed new option in the Ubers metagame, but with Koraidon and Miraidon to contend with, as well as various other returning legendaries, will this new form end up being a viable choice? Let's take a look at how Dialga Origin might fit into the Gen 9 Ubers metagame. But first, what's this? It looks as if the Pokemon Gholdengo is doing a bit of mobile gaming. I hope for his sake that whatever he's playing has high quality graphics, an in-depth RPG battle system, and at minimum 700 unique champions to collect and use in battle. Well, it looks like Gholdengo has made a great choice, because he's playing Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is an immersive RPG with console quality graphics right on your phone. With new champions and updates released every month, this is a game you can really sink your teeth into. And did I mention that it's completely free to play? Some of the best content available in Raid Shadow Legends is in the endgame, especially in the Doom Tower, a giant prison swarming with enemies and powerful bosses. To conquer the Doom Tower, you're gonna need an army of champions, some smart preparation, and strategic gameplay to make it through. But if you're up for the challenge, it can be very rewarding to try out different synergies and experiment for yourself. With the exciting release of Raid Call of the Arbiter, Raid Shadow Legends itself is getting updated with a bunch of new content related to the limited series. We've got new champions, a new artifact set, events, and more. They've even added a whole load of champion bios to the game to expand the lore and teach us more about the Raid universe. With all of this exciting stuff and more coming to Raid, if you haven't started playing yet, then what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or scan the QR code for some useful bonuses such as the epic champion Talia, some energy refills, skill tomes, and XP boosters. Just check out the link in the description and I'll see you on the battlefield. Much like Giratina's origin form, Dialga's origin form requires a specific item. This item is called the Adamant Crystal. Dialga Origin needs to be holding this item, so it unfortunately can't use other useful held items like leftovers. But at least this item does have a decent effect. The Adamant Crystal increases the power of Dragon and Steel type attacks by 1.2 times. Dialga Origin's stats are very similar to the original Dialga. Dialga Origin has 20 less points in attack and 20 more in special defense. The extra special defense is much more useful than attack. Although Dialga has occasionally used physical moves for coverage in the past, for the most part it doesn't really use its attack stat. Gen 9 Ubers is really lacking specially defensive Pokemon, with the best options right now being Tinglu, Clodsire, and Blissey. A legendary Pokemon with good special defense could be a really nice new addition. A Dragon Steel type combination is very good on a specially defensive Pokemon as well. Your only weaknesses are to fighting and ground, which aren't very common special attacking types. Dialga Origin's electric resistance will help a lot against the best Pokemon in the format, Miraidon, and thanks to your own Dragon Stab, you can threaten them super effectively too. You also match up nicely against Iron Bundle, since you resist water and are neutral to ice. You're also neutral to Flutter Mane's stab attacks and can threaten it back with a steel move. And with Kyogre returning as well after home, water resistance and good special defense will be even more useful. I think the best way to go with Dialga Origin will be to invest in HP and special defense, and use it as a bulky offensive support. This set will be able to take a lot of different hits and make progress with its great natural special attack and stab or coverage moves, as well as utility moves like Stealth Rock and Thunder Wave. Special attacking wall breakers like Chi-Yu and Specs Miraidon will still be able to break through Dialga Origin. Palkia is returning to the game too, along with its own origin form, who have access to Focus Blast and Earth Power to threaten Dialga Origin super effectively. Enemy Dialgas also have access to Focus Blast and Earth Power. Despite these roadblocks, I think Dialga Origin defends against enough relevant threats to have its place. You are competing with other specially defensive Pokemon in the format, like Tinglu and Blissey. These Pokemon all have superior longevity to Dialga Origin. Tinglu has the benefit of chip healing with leftovers. Blissey and Clodsire also have immediate healing in the form of Soft Boiled and Recover. but with the benefits of a Dragon Steel type combination and many different offensive tools, Dialga Origin sets itself apart from the competition. It's unfortunate that Dialga Origin is forced to use the Adamant Crystal, because something like a Leftovers or even Assault Vest would be really nice on this Pokemon. Giratina Origin having enhanced damage from its Gracias Orb made more sense since it was a more offensive variant of Giratina. On this more defensive version of Dialga, extra Dragon and Steel type damage isn't exactly the most useful thing in the world. A special defense increase along with this forced item slot was honestly a bit of a strange design choice. Perhaps base form Dialga will still be a superior Pokemon overall with its free item slot available, but I think Dialga Origin will be a usable alternative. Extra special defense fits well on a Pokemon with this type combination and move pool. What do you think of Dialga Origin? Who's your favorite legendary returning to the game in Pokemon Home? And what would you like me to talk about next? Let me know down below in the comments. And thank you for watching. Thank you to the patrons. Become a patron to appear on this funny end screen alongside your favorite Pokemon, and for access to various other rewards such as video requests.
The money got different, cause of what I'm spending. The money got different,
Oh, it's
cause of what
Megaphone!
I'm spending.
Whoa!
The money
KO'd
got
by one
different,
hit! It
cause
scattered
of what I'm
spikes!
spending. The money got different, cause of what I'm spending.